But there is money to be made in momentum. If Safemoon has anything right now, my God, it is an enormous amount of momentum. Welcome back to Broke Man Finance. My name is Adam, and in this video, I am going to be listing off several things that Safemoon has done and accomplished here recently that has turned me into a believer. I was 100% skeptical, but now I am starting to get pretty bullish on Safemoon. And maybe you're on the fence, and this may be the exact video you need to hear so you can hear my points, and maybe it changes your mind as well. And make sure to stick around to the very end, because that's when I will be talking about price predictions, which that's what everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know where this thing is going, and we're going to talk about that, so make sure to stick around to the end to see. 100%. Well, 110%, I was skeptical on Safemoon. I thought this is the latest pump and dump. People are going to get burned so bad on this thing, in which there's always that risk even still. But I was such a non-believer. I didn't understand this whole deflationary token thing and the utilization of tokenomics. It just didn't make sense to me, but as often as we have seen here lately, does it always have to make sense? To make sense. Get it? Sense? At least give me a like for that finance dad joke. I've been saving that one. And while you're at it, make sure you subscribe and make sure you check out those links in the description below if you like to make and save money. And also go check out the store tab where our latest stock related merchandise is in. It's a brand new store, so check that out. It has been fun to watch these crypto experts hating on Safemoon and these other tokens. They're calling it useless, that it's a scam, that it has no real value, it has no real purpose or use, which sounds very similar to arguments people were having about Bitcoin not long ago, but still to this day they still have them, and currently about NFTs. And maybe if I was a crypto expert, which I'm not, nor am I a financial advisor, but maybe ignorance is bliss because I don't know any better. But from the past couple days, I have noticed some things about Safemoon that has made me much more bullish on it than I have been over the past few weeks. Just 2 days ago, I was on the Safemoon site and it was sitting at 1 million holders. Now ride with me here. Now, as of April 26th at 10 a.m., they are sitting at nearly 1.3 million. As I was thinking about that kind of growth rate, I glanced over to the right and I noticed this. 410 with a T beside it. Not an M, not a B. A T as in trillion. 410 trillion tokens burned. Now, I remember seeing that they had a supply of 1 quadrillion tokens when they first started. Now, my little pea brain tried to do some math, divide by 2, carry the 6. That ends up being 41%. 41% of the tokens had already been burned. 41%, people. This is why I got a little excited initially, because I've been looking at these tokens as they saturate the market as almost like the new penny stock market. Now with penny stocks, as companies gain traction and share prices gain traction, what tends to happen? That share price goes up, then boom, dilution occurs. The company issues a bunch of new shares of stock, and that value comes tumbling back down, and then we're at the same place we were. That is the one thing I really like about tokenomics and the whole deflationary practice. If you want a profit scalp, fine. However, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost a fee, which those tokens will then be burned, and the other part of that fee will be when that percentage is distributed amongst the token holders, meaning tokens are taken out of that float, making that float more valuable because there's less of them. But 41% already is, to me, that may call me crazy, but I feel like that's an incredible number this early. I still didn't believe it though, and I thought I had to be missing something. Something can't be right. So I came over to Twitter, and boom, there it was. No dilution, exactly the opposite. I kept on browsing around, and then this happened. I noticed they put a tweet claiming that exchanges are flooding their doors ready to list. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that the more access people have to Safemoon and the easier and more convenient it is to purchase, the more holders we are going to see. The more holders we see, the more fees we see. The more fees we see, the more tokens are burned and distributed amongst holders. Thus, taking a lot more tokens out of circulation, sending that token price up more and more. Binance was in an AMA the other day and said that if a coin has enough people using it, then they will list it. That will be massive for Safemoon and all of the token holders. And I have a feeling that all of those token holders and Safemoon will probably remind them constantly that they're the #1 most viewed coin out there right now. Now check this out. Dogecoin has just under 1 million followers on Twitter and joined in December 2013. And Doge is a pretty damn popular coin right now. Safemoon just joined Twitter last month and now has over 400,000 followers already. Think about that. Now look at this chart. You can see here the meteoric rise of Safemoon, and then as people scalped profits and bailed, some of it was probably because of the Biden tax stuff and the rumors floating around about taxes, that price dropped pretty hard. However, the burning of those tokens, new holders, and diamond handlers, it flattened out with some consolidation right here. And oftentimes with big jumps comes big falls, and with big falls, a panic sale can ensue. But that really didn't happen here, and I see that as a very positive sign. It's stabilized and could be there for a couple of days or longer, maybe. It's hard to tell exactly. But it all really depends on that next catalyst, which could be these exchanges listing Safemoon. If you're planning on holding this one for a little while, this should be very good news to you. We saw a jump and then a dip, but I think it's good news that we settled here for the weekend and it didn't continue to bottom out. This seems like a new support level and could push up again even higher with the next round of good news. With that consolidation, the amount of new holders in such a short period of time, the amount of tokens burned and taken out of circulation, the amount of publicity that Safemoon is getting right now, which is out of freaking control, and that will undoubtedly keep pushing that number of holders up. And the more exchanges come into this party will inevitably keep pushing that share price up as people buy into Safemoon. Folks, I am no financial advisor or crypto expert, but I do know this. With all of these factors in place, now everything is risky. I get it. This is a very risky play, as is other crypto, as is a lot of stocks. But there is money to be made in momentum. If Safemoon has anything right now, my God, it is an enormous amount of momentum. And on that note, let's talk price predictions. In the short term, I could see this thing doubling up very soon, if not even this week, potentially even tripling over the next couple of weeks. Because that consolidation, I just don't see it breaking through that support and dropping off substantially. With all the hype coming in behind it and all the new holders in that short rate of time, I see Safemoon I see them continuing to push up, and I can see them doubling and tripling up very, very soon. As far as long term, that's a much tougher discussion to have. That's a hard conversation because there's so many factors and unknowns when we start talking about 6 months, 1 year, 5 years down the road. There's so much that could happen. And a lot of people are talking about a penny soon on this stock. Or on this token rather. I don't see that happening. You got to think at these levels, at what they're at right now, if they were to shoot to a penny tomorrow, that would give Safemoon, it would be approximately $1 trillion valuation. Oh, that's a little ambitious right now, a little too optimistic. I've gotten more bullish on this, but I'm not that bullish to believe that this is a $1 trillion valuation. But in this market, in all seriousness, who the hell knows what could happen? Let me know in the comment section what you believe this price is going to get to a month from now, a year from now, whatever. Let me know what other altcoins you're looking at. I would love to hear your thoughts on something maybe I haven't got on my radar that I can start researching myself. I like to nerd out. But as always, I hope those stocks and tokens stay green. I hope you stay safe, and I hope everyone out there takes care.